Hello and welcome to my book nook where I talk about all things stories. Happy New Year and welcome to round 2 of the K-pop Readathon. I am so excited. It is, we are now into 2026 and it is not January 1st that I am filming this. I am filming this, I believe, on January 4th. It is the Sunday, so I think it's the 4th now. And I'm just now filming because this is really bad to say, knowing that I'm currently trying to make a vlog, like a reading vlog, for my own readathon that I created. And I haven't read anything. We're 4 days in and I have not read a single thing. I haven't even listened to an audiobook. I technically have read some fan fiction, but really actually not a whole lot. I have been knitting, so I cast on for a sweater that I'm going to be making. There's a video that will eventually come out at some point this year. And then my cardigan, I'm almost done with that. I'm working on the button band right now, so I've been knitting those two things. And then also I have been writing, which I am so excited about. I am finally back, starting to get my groove again with writing. So I learned something about myself in 2025, and that is I need to constantly basically be writing to continuously work that muscle, because if I take too long of a break, then it's really hard for me to get back into the groove of writing. So luckily I had a fan fiction idea, and so I was like, you know what, let me just write it. Nobody is ever going to see this except maybe like 2 of my friends, and that's it. Like, nobody else is seeing it. I'm not going to publish it, anything. It's just for me to kind of play around with characters and whatnot that I'm familiar with in like different settings that I would never write for publication books, just to kind of like get back into the groove of things. Also, not worrying about if things are perfect. Granted, that's what multiple drafts and editing are for and whatnot, but like it just helps me get into the groove of things, and I'm finally getting back into the swing of things. So I'm just going to continue working on that fanfiction. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's only going to take up like a week, maybe 2 of my time. So then that way I can transition back into editing my own novel. But I want to keep I'm having fun writing the fanfiction, so I'm just going to keep writing it. But my writing, finally, we're back on track. So yeah, I don't really have much to say at the beginning of this vlog other than I need to read. So I may force myself to like stop writing and knitting and whatnot to like read at some point today, but I don't know. We're just, you know what, we're gonna at least start the vlog. We're gonna say hello, and then we're gonna see. It could be very possible that I don't talk to you for the rest of today, but I talk to you guys tomorrow, and maybe I'll have more of an update then. But for now, that's it for this update. I will see you later. Good evening. So it is now Monday the 5th, 6th. I think it's the 6th. Either way, it's Monday. This is the first full week of this, my readathon, my reading challenge and whatnot. And I actually have an update now. Finally, but I have an update. So, it took 5 days, but I have officially started reading. And I know that one of my 2026 goals was to read slower and to read less, which I know seems counterintuitive. Go watch the video if you want more, but that was one of my goals, and it's happening. It's absolutely happening, and like, I'm not mad at it. I really am not. I'm more so surprised it took me 5 days to start reading, but it did, and that's fine. I actually, the first book that I started reading was The Striker by Anna Wong. So I have this on ebook. I was able to get the ebook of this, so I've been just reading that. I think I'm like 50 pages in. I haven't updated it in the physical book yet, but I'm like 50 pages into this, so I'm continuing on with this. So I will be continuing to read that. And then I got 3 books that came in today, and so I started one of them. And that one I've started via audiobook. I may eventually switch over to physical, but that is Rings of Fate by Melissa De La Cruz. So if you've seen a previous video, I did pre-order this one. And so it did come in. It is absolutely stunning. I love this. Like, I love the book. It's beautiful. I'll have to show you it in its entirety when I, at a later time when I pull up my tripod, because I really do not want to do that right now. So that's why it's all wonky and whatnot. But I did start listening to that, and I started listening to it at 1.5 times speed, which is way slower than I'm used to. But you know what? It's fine. I absolutely love it. Um, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's funny. Like I've actually like laughed out loud already in just a couple chapters in, so I'm really enjoying that. The other book that I pre-ordered that came in is Dragon Curse by Elise Kova. Um, I'm scared of this one now because I opened it and my first thought was, oh, that's small. Because like in terms of like hardbacks, it is small. Like, do you see that? That's a small hardback. Um, and then I like looked at the spine and looked at the back, and it said perfect for older teens, and my heart just sank a little bit. I was like, "What do you mean this is a YA?" I never saw anywhere that this talk about that this book was YA, and I went back to the Amazon listing, and it has been updated to now say that it is teen for teens and young adults. Up until even like a week ago, that didn't say anything about being a YA book. I am hoping, because I love her adult stuff, I am hoping that her YA leans older and that it's not as young and annoying. But I'm still going to give it a chance. But I'm not worried about that one. But it is what it is. And then the last book that I have is Captive Prince by C.S. Picat. Like, this is feels so thin. It's like, I think 280 pages. Yeah, 289 pages. This is like the thinnest book that I've held in a while. I'm very excited to read this one. This is one that's been on my list. This one, basically my sister-in-law, I lent her a book and it got damaged, and so she bought me this as compensation because I didn't need an exact copy of the book that I lent her because I have multiples already. So but this is the book that she got for me, and I'm very excited for it. She's also excited for me to read it so I can update her on it. But yeah, those are the books that I've gotten today. Also, my laptop is behind me because I've been doing a lot of writing. I've written over 6,000 words in like 4 days. So I'm actually really impressed and happy with myself on that end. I'm finally getting back into the groove of things. I am also knitting. So I'm working on this sweater, and I'm really annoyed because I made a mistake earlier today. And so I had to frog back because it was a mistake that I couldn't just simply fix just on my own, even with a crochet hook and whatnot. So I had to frog it. And then, so I unfrogged like half of it. I basically had like 8 rows and I basically frogged down to 4. And then I was on that row and I was trying to pick up the stitches and I was just really struggling. And so I was like, you know what? I only have 4 rows. And I just frogged the whole thing and I restarted. So we're working on it. It's fine. It's not the end of the world, but that's kind of what I've been doing. But I have reading updates. I've been reading now. I have been still making progress on my bingo board. Let me go grab my bingo board. I haven't shown it to you guys yet, but I have been updating it. You can see. This is round 2's bingo board, and I do already have some of these. I actually also have to highlight a few other ones I haven't. But I've listened to a K-pop song. I have listened to K-pop every single day. That's my currently song of the day that I've done. Pretty much, I think that's the only thing I've listened to this year so far, so absolutely listen to that. Listen to a K-pop album. I have listened to multiple albums. So the first album, which is also for listen to a new to you K-pop group, is Enhypen. So with Enhypen, I've seen like compilation videos and whatnot of them just like talking and just clips and whatnot of them speaking. And then the only song that I have heard by them was Bite Me. And that was for my teaser trailer video that I made. That was, again, I was texting my best friend. She was helping me build it. And I was like, all right, who are the big names and what are their big songs? And she told me Hype and Bite Me was currently big on TikTok. So that was the song that I used. It's the only song I had heard. I hadn't listened to anything else, even though I was starting to learn the members. I hadn't listened to any of their other songs. And so I listened to their newest album called, I think it's Desire Unleash, I think is what it is. Really liked that. And so I'm excited to keep going. But I'm prioritizing. I haven't listened to Stray Kids' backlist yet. So I'm I did it through ATEEZ. Like, ATEEZ took me a bit, but I did listen to all of ATEEZ' backlog. But I hadn't gotten to Stray Kids yet. I'd just been slowly getting there over time. Now I'm like really delving in. So now I'm working my way through or Stray Kids backlog. And I think I've worked my way through 4 of their albums basically in the past like 4 days. And so I've also listened to multiple K-pop albums. So I haven't practiced Hangul yet, haven't learned the lyrics to a song, like all the lyrics, haven't learned that. Learn a new phrase in Korean. Haven't done that yet. I don't think. The problem is like because I'm watching so many videos filmed in Korean, like I'm starting to pick up things, but like my brain is just kind of like, oh yeah, like I know that. Like I've known it for a bit, but either way. Eat Korean food. I do need to mark off that one. So I have had kimbap had that yesterday. Um and then I had uh my seaweed chips and whatnot, whatever. But I haven't made any Korean food, so I can't mark that off yet. Have not learned the choreo to a dance yet, but I have freestyle dance to K-pop because my kiddo loves K-pop. That is all we listen to. We had a little dance party, which absolutely loved. Watch a YouTube video spoken in Korean. I'm currently, even if I turned my camera around now, you would see that I have one like up on my TV. I've definitely watched many of those. Um, that's like unless I'm watching like booktube content, I'm watching a lot of like older like K-pop videos that I'm like getting caught up and whatnot. Haven't watched a K-drama, have not read a manhwa, have not read a book by a Korean author, have not read a book with a Korean main character, but I have watched a variety show. So that is another one that I need to mark off here. And if I just learn a new Korean phrase, I will already have a bingo, which is wild. That I've done that this quickly. But the variety show I've watched, Niska's Code. Um, I've watched their Chusik. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I've watched that special and a few other ones. So I'm just working my way through my videos and my watch later list. So yeah, that's my update for now. But yeah, this is the bingo board for round 2. The art is by my friend, local art Somniac. You can see their little picture down in the corner. But yeah, this is their art. Absolutely love it. I love all their art. Their local art Somniac on pretty much all socials, including TikTok. So I highly recommend going there to see bigger things of all of the art. But yes, absolutely love it. But yeah, that's my update for this video. I'm gonna go back to crocheting and watching my Korean vlogs and whatnot, and I'll probably check in with y'all tomorrow. It is now Saturday, July 10th, so week 1 has officially come and gone of my K-pop readathon, and this round is definitely going much different than round 1, which is fine. Part of it is because it's actually coinciding with my goals that I had set for myself, which is crazy to think about. That like in a way it kind of feels a little bit less productive, but like I don't care, which is it's a weird mental conundrum. So yeah, it is what it is. I have my K-pop bingo board, and I don't think I have added anything to it or could cross off anything on it. I do, since I've last time I spoke, there were 2 that I needed to color in, but I just hadn't gotten to it yet, so I did do that this time. And so you can see there are definitely a few spots. I didn't realize I was close to this bingo as well, which read a manhwa, I can definitely do that. I have a few that I want to read. So I could definitely find that to read. But yeah, this is what my bingo board is looking like at the end of week 1. I'm not mad at it at all. So we have that. In terms of reading, I am filming this right now at like 10 a.m. on the 10th, Saturday, and I still have not finished a book yet. And that's crazy to think about. Usually I have finished a book by like the first 3 days max, and part of that's because I'm finishing a book that I started in the previous year, but I haven't finished a book. And I also definitely think I am a smidge crooked. There we go, that's fine. Hopefully that wasn't too distracting, but I haven't finished a book yet. I am in the middle of 4. I'm in the middle of 4 of them right here, so we will talk about these. But part of it is I haven't been reading as much because I have been doing other activities and hobbies and whatnot, which is totally fine. And that was also part of my goal and the way I wanted to structure things. So first things first, I have been writing. I've done a decent amount of writing this past week. I think I've written, out of the past 10 days, I think I've written like 4 or 5 days, like, which is impressive. And like, that means I have nothing to show you physically other than like, yeah, I sat down on my computer and I wrote. Can't show you anything. So it makes for a very uneventful vlog, but it is what it is. And then also I've been knitting a lot more. It is a new hobby that I taught myself last year, and I am absolutely loving it. I have yarn that special yarn that I ordered online that is getting delivered probably within the next couple of weeks. I have a email that I just got that it is getting ready to be shipped out. I have other yarn in a bag ready to start for another project. I cast on for a sweater, and then I'm almost done. I did finish a tapestry in December, but in the past like 10 days, I have been really trying to work on finishing up this and doing these, which I'll show you in a second. So this is the cardigan that I started. This is the first knit project I've ever started. I just haven't finished it. So the first finished project is a tapestry that I've started and finished within like a couple days. But I am currently just working on the button band right here. So you can see I've gotten a decent amount through. We're up onto like the shoulder bit right here. And then we just have the back down the other side, block it again, and then do the just sew on the button. So that is almost done, which I am really excited about. And then I am currently working on a sweater without a pattern. I am making it up as I go, which is crazy to think of. That's technically my second project that I've knit project that I've ever like started. It's just going to take a very long time to do, and I found a video where I got to see another angle of the sweater that I'm making, which was great because it was a fun video to watch, and also I got to see more of the sweater, but also like annoying because I realized that sweater did in fact have extra ribbing at the bottom, which I was like thinking it probably did, but I didn't have any pictures to prove it or videos to prove it until like a couple days ago. So I went through and I frogged all of the work that I'd done, and I created 3 swatches. So the problem is the main bulk of the sweater is a 1x1 rib, which is also what ribbing at the bottom of sweaters typically is. So I had to go through and I'm like, okay, so this is my 6mm needle that I'm using. What size ribbing do I want for the bottom and whatnot, which you can see this is 2 different sizes. Yeah, this was clearly not my winner. These 2 were the 2 that I settled on depending on which part of the sweater I'm working on. But these took time to play around with the needles sizes, and also using 3mm needles is so small. So it definitely took a while to use. But I have my little gauge swatches now. So these are done. So now I can actually start reworking on that sweater again, which was really annoying because like I had worked up a decent amount and then I had to frog it twice, so I really have nothing to show for you other than those swatches, but that's fine. You guys aren't here for that. You are here for the book updates. So we're going to start with the striker first. Technically, I started this, I think in November. I could be wrong. This one I am reading just solely via ebook, and I am exactly 50 pages in right now. This is a chunky one, but it is one I'm just slowly working on. I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying it. Oh, and because it is K-pop, this is the photo card that I'm currently using as my bookmark. It's just a cute little Felix. So yes, I'm like 50 pages in. This is a soccer romance by Anna Wong. It's like a soccer ballerina. So you have our main character, Asher, and then the female main character is Scarlett. And Asher's rival, like on the team, Scarlett is his sister. And so it's just, you know, it's a cute little romance. So we are still very much into the beginning things. It's mostly just we've had the meet cute at this point, but not much more than that, but that's okay. Next up, we have The Mating Game by Lana Ferguson, which I guess I'll also talk about the second one too. I also have The Game Changer by Lana Ferguson. I'm reading 2 Lana Ferguson books at the same time. The Game Changer, I just have a corner bookmark in, and then my Lana Ferguson, it is another photo card. This one is the Stray Kids like Halloween-y one, or not Halloween, Christmassy one. So we'll start with The Game Changer first. I was listening to this via audiobook. I was really enjoying it, and then I had to return it via Libby, and the return on it, like the hold on it, is a while. So it's gonna take a while for this to come back. I think it's like 16 weeks, so like 4 months. So I'm gonna just try to switch over to reading this physically to finish this. I was enjoying it. It's a contemporary romance between a hockey player and a baker, and so I'm enjoying it. I'm going to continue reading it, but yeah, that's why that one wasn't finished. If I didn't have to return that one to Libby, that would have been finished, but it's fine. It is what it is. The next one is The Mating Game, but like I said, by Lana Ferguson, and I started this in December, and I was enjoying it, and I'm still enjoying it. I'm only 56 pages in, which is annoying to think about, and for some reason, I'm just struggling with picking this one up. I am enjoying it. I don't know if it was like I read too many holiday type books at the same time. So I'm just going to put this down for just a little bit. Almost like a softie enough, but it is one I am still actively considering myself that I am reading. I'm going to hopefully finish this within the next week. However, I'm not aiming to have this be the first one. This might be like my third or fourth one finished. Out of all of these books, that's the one I'm kind of pushing off towards the end, just to give myself a little bit of a break from it to see if that changes my drive to want to pick it up. And then my last book that I am currently reading, which is also probably the first book that I'm going to have finished of the year, is Rings of Fate by Melissa De La Cruz. This one was a pre-order. So this came in on the 6th. So technically I've only been reading this for 4 days, which is not bad. And at this point, like I said, I'm also filming it in the morning on the 10th. So really I've only been reading it for 3-ish days. But this is kind of like The Princess Bride meets, was it Wheel of Time was how it was described? Either way, I do know it was The Princess Bride because that's also like on the front. But this is, I'm absolutely loving this. I'm loving the snarky characters and their banter and whatnot. We have a barmaid who doesn't believe in marriage and a cursed prince. And they basically have to have like a fake engagement for the people and whatnot. So I'm currently reading this, absolutely loving this, listening to this via audiobook and reading this via ebook at the same time. So, and then I have it also physically, so I can get, I can read it as many times as I want. But yes, here are the pretty end pages. This is by Red Tower. So obviously it's gonna have the Red Tower like royal treatment basically of sorts. So here are the end pages that are the same on both sides. And then, ooh, you can't, there it is. Okay, and then that's the foiling on the naked hardback. So yeah, really pretty book. I'm absolutely loving this. Like, it is so fun. I thoroughly am enjoying this. As of right now, I would recommend it. So we'll see. I'm like roughly almost halfway, I think. I think I'm almost halfway. Like I said, really enjoying this. This is definitely one that I can foresee myself finishing for sure by the end of next week. Because I can see this being done within the next few days. So I'm really excited. I'm really enjoying this. But yeah, that will be probably my first book that I will have finished. But as of right now, at the end of week 1, I have not finished a single book, which means I have not picked out debut looks for anyone. And then on top of that, we're 10 days in. Officially, I technically haven't really solidified what my debut single song is yet. I know. I created the readathon. I created this round. I knew this prompt was coming since like October, aka round 1. I knew this round was coming. I still haven't figured it out. So here's the problem. So if you haven't, at this point you should know, but I am working with Stray Kids for these current few rounds of the K-pop readathon. I'm working with Stray Kids. And so I have to pick a Stray Kids song. And the problem is like there are a few that are like my favorite songs, but I don't want to pick them for one reason or other. So like my favorite song is Circus. Circus is one of their Japanese songs. And I'm just like, Lex, you're like more familiar with Korean than Japanese. So trying to learn the Japanese song just seems a little crazy. But that is my favorite song. And so part of me really wants to learn Circus. But that might be a future thing. So I'm just like, no, you shouldn't do that. And then the other 2 songs that I am really thinking about, my other favorite song is In My Head. I absolutely love that. My music taste is still very firmly in that pop punk, like 2000s era. That is my music taste. And In My Head just feels like it fits in perfectly. I absolutely love that song. It's amazing. But it feels weird to me to choose as a like debut song. Like in my brain, it just goes, that's not a debut song. That's like you've done this a few years kind of thing. This is a fictional readathon that I created by myself. There is no rules to this. I should and could do that song. But my brain really feels like it's weird, so we're just gonna hold that song, I guess, for a different round for something, but it is what it is. So the next song that I've been thinking about is Do It, which is kind of like one of their 2 solo or like title tracks for the last EP that they came out with, which is also called Do It. I love this song, and I think I am going to end up doing that one, but there's like for some reason something holding me back, and I think it's because I want to do Circus. I don't know, but as of filming this, I still technically haven't finished it out. So like, encourage me in the comments for which song I should do by Stray Kids, because I'm still trying to figure it out. But It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll figure it out. I mean, honestly, I'll probably end up doing do it. But as of right now, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping week two. By the end of week two, I have to figure it out. If I have not settled on a different song by the end of week two, I'm for sure doing do it. Which I think I have. I'm pretty sure the chorus is all in English. I'm pretty sure I have, or at least I have it all memorized. I'm pretty sure I have to go back and like formally listen to it, and then it's just going to be working on learning the different parts so that I can climb my way up the charts. But either way, that's going to be next week, Lex's ordeal, because I haven't figured that out right now. But that is it for this video, which feels really weird because I don't feel like I had much to say, but that's fine. It is what it is, but that is it for this video. If you guys liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you want. If you don't, that's cool too. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!